Hey everybody, Powers here. This is a video on how to make a lo-fi hip-hop song. The beat, some words, some freestyle as well. And we're going to be using bandlab loops primarily, clicking and dragging, but it's not a fast video. I'm going to go through every single decision I make, every key I'm hitting. So if you want to learn how to properly make a song on bandlab using loops, a lo-fi hip-hop track, this is the video for you. Long form, baby. Hope you enjoy it, brother. Back to one. I love myself today, not like yesterday. Okay, we're making songs on bandlab here. bandlab.com/studio, full walkthrough. We make songs, not excuses. Songcraft Academy, show love. So when you start bandlab.com, you'll be shown this menu, bandlab.com/studio. You've already logged in, and there's so many ways to skin a cat here. I'd love to maybe use the sampler today or the instruments because I use bandlab sounds a lot. I think we can get away with the sampler because I'm in the mood for a lo-fi song. So even if you exit that menu, oh, what do? Add track right here. You can get everything back. Again, I'm going to walk through everything I do. Click bandlab sounds. That level of loading is not a good omen. If you click it and it doesn't open, that's not a good omen. Let's refresh. Listen, this is a live walkthrough. I told you, you'd see every piece of this. It's not just, oh, here's my frilly, perfectly, everything's made. Let's give it a go now. It's refreshed. Perfect. Sometimes you have to refresh. Fortunately, there we hadn't done anything, so we didn't have to save our project. What do you have for lo-fi? Let's just put in lo-fi. Lo-fi what? Hypnotic? That sounds nice. I really like this though. So we've gone to bandlab sounds, packs, we've just typed in a genre we like. Lo-fi. Again, articulation is really important. Articulation means knowing the names of things. So what do you like in a song? Wham, 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 wham. Ooh, I like that part. What is that part? Can you do a little bit of research and identify, oh, it's a toy horn. Oh, it's a lo-fi snare. Oh, it's a bell. Oh, it's a pad. That's some of my key learnings have come from those. Some really good YouTube videos I've seen to identify some things. Where were we? Lo-fi atmosphere? Yes. So we click lo-fi atmosphere. I hardly use this key, so we're going to use it. And I tell you what, this might be a bit advanced. So now at 85 BPM. Again, I'm not a complete expert in this field. I just know how to make stuff that I like. I'm going to go down to effects right now, turn on the EQ, and just turn down the highs on this. The high frequencies are kind of the sharper ones, and the low ones are the more bassy ones. So why don't we turn up the lows on this and maybe get a little bit more bass off of it. It's on, it's off. It's on, it's off. It's on, it's off. I prefer it so much with my small tweaks. So you hit the effects button down here, click add effect, and you go to the EQ. We'll do a full video on EQing, I'm sure. We get into that in the courses as well. So now we've got this sound to start with. Beautiful sound. And you know, I'm going to just change the order of operations here, add a track, and throw my voice in. Why not? It's set to the internal microphone. If I turn on monitoring, you'll hear me doubled, but it's not through the microphone that I have below the webcam. It's not getting any louder, is it, when I hold it closer? Well, it is for you, actually. But if the second voice, I mean, if I rub my computer, it does, because I need to switch to the A2020. So now both are recording through here, and you can hear that there's not really any latency. So let's hit record and see what I vocalize here. Just don't even think about it. Whoa. I was in the zone there, brother. So how did you make it sound so auto-tuney? Well, I turned on auto pitch, folks. So if you turn up all the way, you sound like prime T-Pain. You can turn it down. This is just background. You just really have to operate on instinct. Will it survive? Will it be in the final part? I'm not sure. But I felt like it just needed that little bit of layering. Okay. And we can star this because we like this sound. What else? So now we're dabbling within the same pack. And within the same pack, the sounds are typically going to go together quite well and not require too much massaging. So if you want to make songs quickly, well, I don't want to make songs quickly. I want to make songs beautifully. Cool. Still make beautiful songs like this. So here's some keys that are in the same key. So once we dragged this one in, it turned our project to G sharp minor. Every other sound is going to be transposed, which means made higher or lower to fit G sharp minor. This one, though, as you can see, both in the name of the file and in the information below it, is G sharp minor. So it's probably going to fit pretty well. So now we've done a bit of mixing, turning down the volume of the synth because it's quite poppin'. And those keys are kind of pretty enough that we can turn this down quite a bit, I think. Like it can just be background. And my voice as well. So what else do they have? Times? Oh, it's just the name. This is more keys. Ooh. Those are very busy and very nice. Maybe that can be the verse. Ooh. So you can decide, when do the songs come out and when do they come back in? Okay? You should listen to me. I've come a long way in music making. I used to not be able to finish songs by myself. And some people will say, oh my gosh, you're just clicking and dragging loops. I am. Listen, we already have some great sounds. So why have we not saved? I tell you guys every time, you gotta save the project. YouTube video number 6. Oh gosh. Lo-fi. Boom bap. That's where we're headed. Spoilers. So we've got so much atmosphere. We've got the main keys. We got some backing vocals. Do they have bass in here? Ouch. So I asked for bass and it's giving me all these drums. So I'm going to click this button and see if it'll give me the actual instrument I want. No. So I'm going to delete this, pause this. I will want those. Yeah, so you can see when you click the settings button here to do a more precise search, there is no bass in here, so I'll have to go somewhere else for my bass. There are loads of different pieces of drum, so percussion. That sounds really cool. It's a bit loud, honestly, somehow. Typically the lo-fi waveforms aren't that big, so we'll just start at the beginning to see how the sounds work together as a family. It's okay, you know what? You don't have to stay in the same pack forever. Like, you can take these lo-fi vibes, and this feels like, I think I've seen this pack before, and it has a lot of drumming stuff in it. So I want to find some drums here. 100 loops, instrument, beautiful. See how it's all separated? So we need a kick. Let's look through the kicks. Sounds great. Love it. First kick is crunchy. Oh my gosh, it's lo-fi, but those waves are nice and high. Don't even need to think about it. Yep. Nice. Okay, what else do they have for us? You click it to either highlight it or clear it. Let's go claps. Yep. How do you know? How do you know it's going to be that good? Because I can tell that it starts with the kick, claps, kicks, claps. Okay. And if it sounds good, just grab it. Just use it. If later you don't like it, change it. You know, I have so much respect for the musicians that go through each one. And of course or I'm just using the up and down key. That's a way to go through. It's like playing slots. Where's the one I really like? But a lot of people do that with one shot so they can play it their own one shots, like actual musicians, not just assemblers of pre-recorded regions. No disrespect to you or me. Listen, we're here making songs. I don't know if you knew this, but we make songs, not excuses, folks. My musical theory, I wasn't trained. Sorry. I didn't get 10 years in choir. Okay? I didn't jam. It was me and the computer. I learned GarageBand and the rest is history. Now I'm trying to give it back. So, what else do they have in this lovely kit? Beats seem like complete beats, which we don't really want right now. Percussion, we're building the beat one by one. That's why. Yeah, okay. Maybe I want a little bit more than that. Okay, that might be a bit sharp. This could probably work. Never know until you try. Nice. Oh, yeah. I like this second one so much better. I'm just going to mute this and double this guy. Sorry. Survival of the fittest here. I don't owe the region anything. So, in my typical intro style, loyal watchers will know I don't like to give it all up in the beginning. Let's start with the one sound I want you to hear. Maybe we can even do a little bit of automation on this track. So we hit A with the track selected. That gives us the volume line. And we'll say maybe at the 5th bar, we want it to come in at full volume. Let's get the playhead out of here. Click this. When you click on this line, it gives you, what's this graphic EQ? No, I want it to be volume. Yeah. So make sure this is selected to the thing that you want automated. I don't know why it was set to graphic EQ there. Typically, they're always set to volume. I was wondering why it was that high. So this is a lower volume than most of the things. It's a big sound. It's minus 18.9 decibels, while this is at, 12.6. But let's bring it in slow. I bring this down here. It doesn't have to be minus infinity. Okay, hit A to exit automation. So now that is going to rise. If we solo it, you can hear it get louder and louder. Hit enter to return the playhead to the beginning of the project. Excuse me. And it's going up at the rate that we have designed. Okay, let's stop soloing that. This can maybe also get automated. Maybe that little happy accident was for a reason. I didn't mean to put that dot there really, but I did. The drums, the kick and the snare. No, bandlab, I don't want to open anything, thank you. The kick and the snare, or the kick and the clap, can really come in late. The percussion might be a nice little teaser or preview. Let's see how everything sounds. Let's save it and hit play. And if there's some nice bass in there, we're winning. We're winning. So let's see if there's a lo-fi bass pack. Why don't we get greedy? Lo-fi bass. Whoa. Oh my gosh. It's a string. It's not digital. And it does. Woo. That's some good bass. So again, we're in G sharp minor, as you can see here. Not a lot of these first ones are, but it will be transposed, which means it will be forced to fit in. Let's see how this one sounds. And when you have this many, you can switch it up. Like, oh, I'll grab this one and then change it to this one. Why is that so short? 3 bars. Weird. Maybe it's meant to be, folks. Oh, I did not extend the region at the top right. If you put the mouse in the middle, it gives you dead space. If you go to the top right, it gives you life. Here we go. Let's hear that intro all the way, and let's copy this. Look at those nice beefy waveforms. The waveforms refer to how the sound looks inside of the region. Playhead down, Command V. Okay, let's keep this going. I'm already thinking about vocals, but I'm trying to be present. I really am. Top right, extend all these regions. I could have selected those all at once, like this, selecting 2 at a time, and boom, bringing them down. Enter, the playhead goes to the beginning. Let's hear what we've made so far. It sounds good. Definitely missing something, but I think we can add some words. Let's see if we can find some words. Can we find a lo-fi hook? Get greedy. Ask for like the most you can ask for. Ultimate vocal hooks. Ultimate edition. Okay. 10 bars.
Just a stranger in this town, trying to find my place, but I just make mistakes. I'm just
So I don't really dislike it. It's just that it's 124 BPM and our project is 85 BPM and it will get slowed down. Let's see how the slowed down version sounds.
just a stranger in this town, trying to find my place, but I just make mistakes. I'm just a stranger in this town, nowhere to call, don't know where I belong.
Where do I belong? I don't know yet. Here's my heart, can you hold it? I've been here for the whole thing, whole event. Now I'm about to do what I do lament. Yo, if I see a cookie, I will take it.
Down, trying to find my place, but I just make.
That was a bit of an ultimate vocal hook. When the branding is on point, the branding is on point. So, should we splash some words on this? How long is the video? 2150? That's a sign, folks. All right. These are some old lyrics. Ba 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 ba. Say goodbye. So, if you want to write some words, we can. Let's just get rid of this quick. If you want to write some words, we can do a cycle. So we click up here. This thing at the top with the dash marks and the bars and the measures is called a ruler. So we select a portion of the ruler in red and hit C to turn it on and off, or toggle. But this part, if we hit play, it's just going to repeat the part with the chorus or the hook. So if you find, I know for me, it might not apply to you, but for me, if I find this hook and I put it in my song, it might impact the lyrics I write, but let's try to figure that out. So, I mean, the song is already moody. So let's hit play. So it's just going to repeat this over and over. And that means I can write some words to it. So, into the town, been around. I don't like that little singing bit at the beginning. I don't need that to remind me that it's the beginning of the sequence, so I'm just going to move it down here at the cycle, and it won't start with that. Blah. Breakout song here. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Did you really write that this fast? It's not that good, but I tell you what, folks, it's not bad. So I am going to start recording here. To record, I'm going to add a track, voice audio, It's already set to A2020. Be aware that it's not set to a webcam or your internal microphone. You might not be able to see, but I do have a nice Audio Technica mic down below, webcamable frame. Turn on monitoring. Now you get to hear me twice. Aren't you lucky? So I'm going to turn myself up because I really like to hear myself. And I'm going to turn myself up a little more by adding an effect. One of my most used. It's called gain. And when you turn up the gain, you hear your voice even louder. If this is intolerable for you, I have not much sympathy, if we're being honest. Okay. I'll speak quietly until it's time to do the verse. So, what I need to do now is copy. Uh-oh, that's getting spotty already. I guess if I'm not on it, it's not going to monitor. Okay, so if I'm not on the track, it's not going to monitor. I'm learning same time as you all. The thing is, I just want to give myself enough leeway. Snap to grid is off, which is always a bit of a danger. You want to have snap to grid on, especially when doing loop stuffs. I just want to give myself enough space when I'm recording in case I strike oil, which means if at the end I hear a beautiful line and I want to say it, I don't want to stop myself. I just want to have enough space to keep flowing. Maybe it turns into a freestyle. I don't know. But I want to give myself enough room that if I catch the Holy Ghost, I don't need to stop it because the music stops. Of course, the accidents could happen. It could be a happy accident. It stops at the perfect time. I'm going to turn off cycle, hit the metronome where I can control my count in. I'd like to be counted in for 2 bars. Sure, I'll keep the metronome on. Interesting. Cool metronome customizations. And I'm going to start just a little bit before I want to actually come in, just in case I say something cool by accident before I start these little words here. Okay, here we go. Hitting R to start recording. Okay, this is the count in. Nothing's recording. It's recording now. But I'm going to start at 25. Yo, been around the block, been up and down mountains like that a lot. Been around you and I estimate your thoughts, but the days just charged when you had me crushed, when you had me crushed. Fell from the mountain, yeah, I was sad, I'll allow it, but I have found all my talent. Now I'm gonna mix it all up like a salad. That's why you keep it going, folks. Okay? Now the waveform, I'll turn off monitoring so you don't have to hear me doubled anymore. You're so lucky. Silly geese. I'm going to play that back because I found sometimes in BandLab, and I'm going to save because I like that take and I had a nice little freestyle at the end. You'll notice that I added some words. Listen, I wrote this. I made this song. This song did not exist 25 minutes ago. I made this song. I can change the words however I want. Here we go. So sometimes when you're listening to your bandlabery on using the computer as opposed to the iPad or any tablet, there might be a little bit of latency, even on a super powered computer. But I'm going to start at 25. I already feel like it's latent a bit. Been around the block, been up and down. See, I just know that I wouldn't miss that. Been around the block, been up. So I know it's a bit early, so I'm going to hyper zoom and move it over just a smidge and see how it is now. Been around the block, been up and down mountains like that a lot. Been around the block. Was it late? I made it later. I needed it to be just a smidge earlier, I think. So you have to zoom in a lot to make these micro adjustments because it's a matter of milliseconds. Been around the block, been up and down. So I need to mute it to here. Been around the block. So I can see where the waveform starts. And look where I say been around the block. Been around the block. So I need it to be a little bit over, I think. Been around the block. That looks good. Been around the block. Been up and down mountains like that a lot. Been around you when I estimate your thoughts, but the days just charged when you had me crushed, when you had me crushed. Fell from the mountain. Yeah, I was sad, I'll allow it. But I have found all my talent. Now I'm gonna mix it all up like a salad. That's why you keep. So honestly, I would record on your phone. Totally. I'd record on your phone. Much as I'm loving this, like it's a small fix, but for a beginner to be able to know that guess and check of moving the region and finding it, it's tough. There are tricks and we can get into that, but I think if we zoom out and so I will slice this here so I know that it starts at the perfect time. Okay. And what do I just say yo right before it? I can keep that. Yo, been around the block, been up and down mountains like that a lot. So I'll move this over, and I know that the slit where it's been sliced should line up with the beginning of the bars. I'll get rid of this beginning stuff where I'm saying, this is where it starts recording. Don't need to make fun of myself. I'm just trying to spread some info here. And let's start it from the beginning and see what we've got. See what we've made in half an hour, folks. Metronome is on. It's not on. Let's start it. Run it back. Charged when you had me crushed, when you had me crushed. Fell from the mountain. Yeah, I was sad, I'll allow it. But I have found all my talent. Now I'm gonna mix it all up like a salad.
Just a stranger in this town, trying to find my place, but I just make mistakes. I'm just a stranger in this town, nowhere to call, don't know where I belong.
And folks, that's how you make a lo-fi track real quick. You can go into the packs and find everything. You need to identify what makes a song lo-fi, but with bandlab sounds, do you really? Because if you just type in lo-fi, you get all these different previews and you can go in and start picking and prodding, and then you can learn. This is a really good way to learn your articulation, actually. Lo-fi atmosphere, so I click it. Okay, synth. What's a synth sound like? Okay, it sounds kind of like a string, but you'll see in the description of the sound, keys, that's piano. Rhodes, I think that's piano. Keys aren't necessarily piano. You know, they're keys. Keys are keys, obviously. Listen, folks, it's a beautiful day that we get to make music together. I'm so honored. We make songs, not excuses. Get to work. Genius.